Your
I don't have
recording is okay.
I don't have any bang 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 sound to do
Why you not
because
get that? Why?
wait, can you hear it now? Can you hear it now? You can't. Let me see. Let
Why?
me see.
Waiting do am.
Did you hear that?
No,
Did you
No.
hear that?
Waiting
Oh,
do am.
he's walking. He's
Bro, I can hear
walking.
you guys, yeah.
Oh,
that
Hey,
sounds like
Olinks.
Musa, I hope you kept that Solana fam.
Bro, I kept the Solana, my G.
Okay, that's good. Broken even, yeah.
Yeah, compared to what I
Uh,
put in, but that's like I put too small for the growth that's happening right now.
nah, you're
That means you
getting
are
greedy. Fam.
broke.
You're
That means you are
getting greedy.
broke and even.
You're getting greedy. At least you're
Eh?
broken even. You know how low that thing went. That time I felt was disappointed telling you to even get the Solana because like we bought like at the top. Well, you know,
It was very
it's
cheap that time now.
so still $100 and something that kind of. And that time it was like 70K naira, yeah, but it was still $100 and something.
Bro, it's $48
No.
now.
Okay, what we bought?
You know what? You know when we put it was $20 we bought.
Oh, okay,
It's
we
now
bought it
48.
for $70. Yeah. Later when it was
No, we bought
$70.
it
Yeah.
for 20. Oh, is it 15? Sef? It's 20.
No,
It was,
you put in $20,
no,
but
I
when we
put in
bought it,
15.
Lana was at 70. Okay, you put in 15.
Yeah, I think so. So that
Did you
15
buy,
has become
did you buy
44
any
now.
other coin after then?
No, I always had Bitcoin, but this one is just Solana. Like the Solana
Okay.
account is 48 now from 15 and be 20.
Yeah, it's around 15 or 20 that time. I think when I sent it back to you, it was 20, but when I sent it back to you, I already dipped to like 15. Sure, anyhow, yeah,
boys.
regardless.
Yeah. What a way to begin with a growth in Solana price. Come on, like they didn't only
Oh,
I can't be like fuck for this side. Really, really open video.
bro, network is not going to smile at sharing video right now. It's just how it.
Musa,
So, hello guys, Prince, Alpha, Shego, how is it going? And
What you did
UP.
there? You don't
UP.
everything is good, oh. Musa.
All right,
You go use F word without disclaimer.
Huh?
I say you go talk fag without talking disclaimer. You know, say my FBI agent they call. Play.
Fit academic goes here. What do you mean?
Nice.
What do you mean?
nice one.
What's wrong with that? That was my soul. Any problem? Eh?
know evidence they say maybe waiting on me.
More that's not perspective. And the perspective where you use the thing and the problem with that. Yeah, they tell you real perspective where I use out for.
So I guess
Ah,
seems like you're talking Ife.
can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me now? Yeah. Okay, yeah, you can hear me now.
yawa, bro, we can't do a podcast without your parents.
He's back on track. You know me. So to get started, boys and girls, people of the internet, welcome to another episode of Sellers will like that name, but so anyway, so
Which
this is
mean,
a very
guy,
interesting one.
you
So
broke. You broke.
You didn't get that part. Yeah.
I
You
broke.
broke and it was
I
my
broke.
network.
No. So I was like, welcome to another episode of the boys. Yeah. And last week we spoke about unemployment, so many data left and right, so many things. We'll do the same thing today, but to get started, I'm your host, Drones, and today we have
Make you go stand
I'm your moderator, self-imposed title. And today we have Olayinka, Olinks, the Web3 man, the crypto man. Together as the normal corporates, we have Prince KK Lion, the wisest lion of the East. We have Shego. Shego, what's your title?
The fastest learner.
Fastest learner. And we have Musa Obed. Musa, what's your title? Oh yeah, our president, Musa Obed, our duly forcefully imposed president. Yeah. So to get started, which I've already started, we're talking about like the Web3 stuff, the crypto shit, that happened, Binance. First of all, let's get started with Olayinka. So no. Before we go that, I'm forgetting. Let's start from the top. What's been happening to you guys throughout this week? What's happened for you guys this week? Let's start from there. Musa, how was your week?
I've just been falling sick and attempted healing. Then I'm going back to sickness again. I'm trying to finish the
Yeah,
report on
never finish that thing.
what, bro. Like, that's why I said I have to take like Monster Energy today or more because like, I had to move. So I had extracted all the data for doing the like analysis, but just like to write like I know the story I want to tell. I know like the story the data is saying, but just to, like sit down and write about the story,
Okay.
it's just taking time. I'm currently like in 1967. I'm currently writing like the analysis for 1967 to 1973. I don't know. I'm gonna make a podcast, like I'm just saying podcast. Probably like this next week or something. I'll publish it on like the full thing, and on my LinkedIn, I'll publish the report itself. Me, I'm thinking like, should I put a price? Should I put a PO on this report or not? Because it doesn't exist, guy. I've not seen anybody that's doing this deep analysis that I'm doing right now. And why the hell am I giving it for free? I actually don't know why.
First of all, I think you guys be unmuting your mic.
I was about even asking, like, if you are
Muting your
done,
mic like this.
can I get a review or something? So
Yeah. You want to get access to it, Yinka, to the report.
yeah,
Okay. Musa, Yinka is asking for a report.
You have one.
Oh, wait. Let me just. The report is literally like the exports report for Nigeria to the European Union and European Union to Nigeria from 1967 to 2021. Honestly, like, why did I even start doing this analysis? Is because I was actually looking for what?
Musa, share your screen. Why you share your screen? Let's go around the room. Share your screen. We'll come back. We'll come back to you. Hey, let's go around. Shego, how was your week? Your own story, Musa, is long gist. So we'll come back to it. Shego, how was your week?
My week has been projectful, literally. Building like the chat app and one IoT system. So, and then I have one guy pitching his upcoming project to me. And it's kind of well, so I asked him to like make a design, and the guy is complaining okay, let me not finish that. He's complaining. That's where I stop.
Who is this guy? I don't think this guy is complaining at all. I've heard the guy talk before. I doubt he's complaining.
Are you complaining?
No, not complaining. Prince, what's up? Prince Shego, is that like your whole week? Is that like the breakdown of actually happened to your whole week? I
Yes,
must be like you not too much.
development.
Check out the front end you talk about.
That thing when they do yesterday now.
That's stuff I spent like 2 hours doing that I showed you guys. That's what I'm still working on. It sounds short, but then when you look at the time spent, you know that the week no short.
But now mostly front end they do for that project, maybe like back end stuff.
The back end has been done since now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well then. That makes sense. Yinka, what's up? You want to tell us what happened your week? Yeah, we get to Prince because we know Prince week has been full.
okay, all right. Yeah, I think this week Bitcoin all-time high 72K. Then
Come say
then,
what happened to you the week. Olayinka
wait
say
now,
Bitcoin.
my financial life.
This guy is
That's
so
part of my
crypto
life.
invested that like his week starts with the price of Bitcoin. This is crazy.
Solana is giving me joy, basically. Then come to the dev part.
All
My
these
company
crypto
turned me
guys
to
self.
video editor.
What's the best?
I'm a video editor for the week. I've been editing, some clips for a new product and blah blah blah. Then I think that's just it basically. That's just how it has been. Work and crypto, basically.
I go
Yeah.
with the Chinese products.
My product is nice. You know, they shade me, please. God bless.
Do not interrupt compounding unnecessarily.
No necessarily. Not compounding. Generally, let's just leave it as that.
I got gets most wins this week. Oh.
Hey, she give me the crown. She give me the crown. Anyway, let's go to Prince. Prince, also, if you are still awake,
This week I was tasked with like 7 deliverables, deadline almost every day. So I've written like 4 projects, working on 2 more for today and like 2 exams, all to be done within like 72 hours. So I'm depressed. Yes. What else? 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 Oh yes, Bitcoin also went up, and I'm not happy about that because of it has given energy to some young men like someone among us that will not allow us to rest because you don't buy the dip.
hmm,
All I'll tell is that all of you will liquidate eventually. Musa, you too.
You know
4 minutes
what's
later,
vexing?
when people
Guy, like
liquidate,
I
can you go talk
sold.
out for this group?
Prince, you know anything that vexed me? I talked about for the last episode that like I sold all my Bitcoin before like November, be like October. Everything I liquidated. And then like I saw guy, there's nothing more painful than seeing price rising in front of you, and you're like waiting to enter the market where you're like, let it crash, let it crash, let it crash, and the thing is just increasing. So like, bro, the moment Bitcoin hits like 30K again, I'm going inside. Like now it's too expensive to enter, but like the moment it gets like 30, 20, it's going to happen. Like I'm going
is
to
it going,
come out.
is it going to get there? Is it going to get there? Even if you get there,
Specialist
Always
Yinka,
does.
Then you
how
have to
soon?
wait. You have to wait another 1 year or so
I
to
swear,
be
like,
updated or something.
I'm ready.
Because
I'm not gonna
anything that
miss out
makes
again.
BTC go down to 30K, it means we're back to the bear market. Everything will be red again. So
Yes,
if you're
now.
waiting for like another bull run, sure, basically you can stack up, yeah.
I
All
don't
the
think it's a get
Like
there.
these prices are like an all time now. Like it's very very high.
My prediction is that it will crash in November. So
Let
just
me
be ready.
pretend like
It's November that I'm predicting crash for everything. Yes, I said it. US economy will crash in November. Thank you.
this is you heard it here first. You heard it here first. From the man from Prince himself. You guys and Prince Yinka, you guys will explain ETF and what it means.
Short.
You go this way.
Prince now the big shot.
Now see, Prince no statistics. Statistics knows Prince. That's the difference.
Mm. Mm.
Hey, go wait, don't you? Let's go.
Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's not my fault. That's how they born me. Um. So yeah. So Prince, Shego, you I say yeah, Shego, if you guys know Prince and Yinka, you guys are the ETF people. You guys will explain what ETF means.
it was going first.
You
Uh,
Yinka. Yeah.
if how do I
Mm.
explain this from like the other point of view?
Explain it
Okay,
from
let
any
me
point.
explain it this way.
I
It's
got they
like
say how I'm gonna explain that for Momo.
no,
Explain it
no,
anyhow, bro.
but like itself is like a chance to give like um normal people and industries and companies and the whole other people that are not interested in the whole cryptocurrency and the decentralized P get give them a chance to like buy in, get access to it, you get So basically, like institutions, companies, big companies, like, okay, this is a new financial instrument. Like, we need to like kind of get involved, or we need to find a way to buy that. There's also a part of crypto where there's like scam and others, blah blah blah. So people are like looking for a good way to get involved. So I feel like the ETF brings in like the other side. Like in crypto or in Web3, you call the people that are not in crypto Web2. We in crypto are like Web3, you get. So it's not like bringing Web2 people into
Mm,
Web3 without the whole going through the process, but like just put your money and you're part of the crypto space. That's how I get it from
Okay.
my own point of view. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just define it from stock point of view because I'm not really a crypto boy and crypto bro, sorry. And
Yeah.
so ETF is like when you mentioned financial assets, it's just like you're buying into a group, so you're diversifying. So just like you mentioned, you want to start, you want a common person to join. You know, you don't want to start picking stock or find one guru on IG that'll tell you what to buy, so you will lose all your savings. So they will create an ETF that tracks an index. So let's say it tracks S&P 500. If you buy that ETF, your money will be spread across the stocks of the 500 companies there. So let us say in that particular industry, let's say you buy ETF for, let's say tech, if there's something like that. You buy
mhm,
that in your money will go to Meta, Google, Nvidia, everything that you call tech that is publicly traded within that index. You get me?
mhm,
The advantage of ETF is that you have guarantee of making back your money. So normally, like now, look at Bitcoin right now. If you
mhm,
there's a point that to reach, it depends on how much is in the market and all that, that you cannot buy because nobody wants to sell. Because for
mm,
you to buy something somebody's selling, it makes sense. So for
yeah.
example, somebody that wanted to buy Bitcoin and there was nowhere to buy, they just saw one chinkily somebody selling around November time, sharp sharp, added it to their portfolio. But if say that person did not sell around that November time, you understand what I'm saying?
Mm,
The person is looking at me. But if say the person did not sell that time, somebody might have not gotten the chance to make money. So you do not just lose the chance of making money. You give somebody money, Musa, and I want you to know that. So that is like a zero sum game. For you to own something, you have to buy from someone. For you to sell something, you have to sell it to someone. You get me? So ETF is not like that. ETF, anytime you want to sell, you can sell. Anytime you want to buy, you can buy. So it gives you that flexibility. As long as market is open, that is another good part of ETF. So I don't really understand much on Bitcoin ETF. That means it's follow the price of Bitcoin. But when you buy it, just like S&P own that it goes to the 500 companies, I don't know where that money is going to. That is for
mm.
Vanguard to decide.
I was
But
about
that
to
is the whole
ask
idea
you,
of
like,
ETF.
who is buying and who is selling. Like, if you can sell anytime, that means there's somebody buying anytime. Is it like,
Oh, no,
and
no,
if
no. ETF is diversified, like I said. So it is the broker, all these market makers, they are the ones that have everything. So because you're only buying tiny bits, like how much are you even investing inside? Now they already have it on their books. So they will just make guarantee that you will be able to sell it or buy at any time. Because it's tiny, tiny bits of all the companies. You get.
mm,
Well, that
that's
is the general idea of ETF. You can go into the mathematics later, but that is like all you need to know for me, like a general standpoint.
okay. Shago, you have questions. Who has questions? Shago, do you have questions? Okay.
Can you look at this thing?
So
Sorry, can you like, bro? I was so
I
foolish.
bring out the document in Spanish.
No, no, it's this thing. I'm just taking like the historical price of Bitcoin. Um, just to look at like how it has evolved. I
I
mean,
look at it. Cool.
this was the period I was telling you guys that I was like, should I? No, here exactly. Around like 22K, 23K. That was when I saw the Bitcoin price. Like I sold around this point. Then just some months later, I saw it like 24K, 25K. I was like, should I buy? I was like, nah, it's gonna crash again. Then this thing just kept increasing and increasing, and the price today opened at 71,000. Like it's currently 67,000. Jesus.
You guys, you guys
That's
were
the
expecting
highest too. Like all-time high, guy.
it
Has
will,
never been this high.
it
So
will
what I want
drop.
to say,
Eh?
what I want to say about Bitcoin is just like what Olayinka said. Once the thing is going up, it's already too late to buy. But it's not just that. Why I don't advise anyone to buy Bitcoin again, ever again, is because of the main idea for Bitcoin was diversification. Yeah. No, sorry, the main idea for Bitcoin was decentralization. It's not controlled by the Federal Reserve. Jagan Powell cannot go and talk on stage and affect Bitcoin. You get, you can money launder with it. Nobody's controlling your money. But since all these ETFs have been approved and there's been a huge influx of money into the market, because they claim it is ETF, you cannot really track who owns it. What I'm trying to say is that those billionaires in Vanguard and trillionaires, they pumped stupid amount of money that they control the supply of Bitcoin right now. But you don't know, you still think it's decentralized. What does that
Yeah.
tell you? One person can own 10% of the cap right now, and you don't know. How will you know? All you know is that it is BTF. They have controlled it. They have shamed the whole thing. That means they can move the price when they want. They can create the false idea of demand. They can create the false idea of supply. Of course, it is illegal. They can also influence you to buy based on advertisement, based on frustration. Let us say they don't want much into the listing. They might just frustrate you on their site, put a little SQL injection to frustrate. They can do anything
So
because of the
that's
control most of the supply. Do you
But,
get
but,
that?
but, but wait. Here's another thing that you're not seeing that like I'm observing, right? Is that so if there's more capital that's being injected, obviously like it's being more controlled now because who get money, like obviously has will be able to determine the market much more. But it's like the more money entering the Bitcoin market in itself is the basis for the growth of the coin.
What I'm saying is that
Yeah.
immediately ETF was approved, I was also waiting for it to be approved to see what will happen. What happened? Go and check the time, the calendar when ETF was approved, and check the price of Bitcoin immediately after that. Everybody, we are going to the moon, we are going to the moon, we are going to the moon. Shego, you understand this concept very well. When you are waiting for your listing, your price action to hit your TP, then the thing does one stupid dip and close everybody out and then shoot up to the moon. That is exactly what happened beginning of this year. That is a controlled market, my guy. Because of after Bitcoin ETF was approved, it doesn't make logical sense that it to go down. Bitcoin crashed. Does that mean
Yeah.
that
See,
just tells you that they
before then,
pumped money into the
can I
ETF
come in?
before they released it to the market? So by the time all of you are buying, you are just giving them cash out. That is why they're able to even sell at that moment. Now, before they announce Bitcoin ETF is approved, they've already secured a very nice portion for themselves. And the day that they announced, everybody was rushing, let me be the first to buy, not knowing that they've already taken up their profits. Before you know anything, Bitcoin crashed. That was them removing their money. Now it's possible that their hands are clean, who knows? But they've cashed out. That's what I'm trying to say. So there is more control than before when there was no control at all. So why would I invest in something that is controlled? If the initial idea was no control. Now they are literally controlling it. Vanguard has GDP of Africa.
Wait,
Olayinka,
yeah,
can I
I
come in?
want
Can
to
I
hear
come
your
in? Let me
answer.
just come in for a
yeah,
bit.
guys, feel free
So
to jump
yeah,
in anytime.
this is
Take
what
care.
happened. Yeah, this is what happened when the initial ETF was supposed to be announced. When we're all excited, we stocked up, getting ready for the big pump. Because like nobody is going to deny that $1 billion company, BlackRock, is applying for an ETF for Bitcoin. And do you know how much
Multi-trillion dollar.
exactly?
Multi-trillion
Do you know how
dollar.
much is coming into the ecosystem? So it was really exciting because like we're in the bear market, like cryptos are around
Exactly, that's what I'm telling
we're
Prince.
around 28, 30. No, Prince is right to a standard way. He's like he's right to some point, but like when the fake news came out on Twitter by is it crypto guru that the ETF has been approved, what happened that day overnight? And that was when Bitcoin pushed to 42, 45K from 28, 30K. That was the original organic price action that happened at that point. But after they came out to say, okay, this was fake news or this is not true, blah blah blah. the market dumped again because, like, what people were speculating didn't happen. So that's
Sorry
why
for cutting you.
when the actual ETF was announced, the excitement or the reaction was still just there because, like,
Sorry for cutting you. No offense. There's nothing
okay,
that Donald Trump said that affected Bitcoin from just announcement. Donald Trump affected every market. But immediately we're hearing of ETF now. Now we're hearing of fake news that changed the sentiment. That is exactly what I'm saying. Market manipulation. The main idea was that it could not be manipulated. Right now, there's even a study saying that US what's the name of that thing? Is it non-farm payroll? Or one of these are matrices for number of employments per month or per quarter. That thing has been fake. They want the economy to do well. They will say that the employment number has increased. 1 month later, they will correct it and push it down by millions. They do that every year, every month in US because of they control the market. They control your sentiment. They bring out the wrong news. All of
But
people go
that's
and
Federal
pray.
Reserve now.
But
And
that
okay, that's
never happened in Bitcoin until ETF came out. When last year of the fake news came out, everybody reacted. That sounds like a federal thing, but it happened in Bitcoin. Why? Because exactly
the
what I'm saying. The main idea I'm saying don't invest in Bitcoin is because
thing is,
some people
new
can now control the sentiment, can now control. Before, nobody could control anything. You just hope that the world economy and one oligarch wants to invest his money in Bitcoin at the same time.
no, no,
wait,
that's
If
not
wait,
the
if
wait.
Russia
So
fight
that's
war,
not the
Prince,
because
is it the
yeah,
is
anytime
it
China announces a ban before 2020, anytime China announces a ban on crypto mining, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, markets always takes a dip.
but
Anytime
that is
before
different. That is a
2020,
country announcing a ban. That is different from
hold
a
up.
company. Countries are not as
When
flexible
when
as
when
companies.
when in before 2020, when Egop was Elon Musk, I used to Egop. I don't like Elon Musk. Why? He was manipulating the market at the points too. He was doing
Yes,
different shit. So the thing is,
Mhm.
crypto is
Mhm.
decentralized, meaning that people follow sentiment. You is whatever you want to do. What I want to do with my money, what you want to do with your money. And there's a lot of people in crypto that don't understand the technology or the whole point of being in crypto. Most people are there for the financial and price gains. Do you understand? So if a
what I'm saying
public
is
figure
that
comes and
I
says,
wish
okay,
it was just sentiment. I
not
wish it
buying,
was just sentiment. They can also influence. Now them get the app, Abi. Now them get the supplier. Now them go tell you if they're selling more ETF. There are so much more things they can do to their profits. And also, it's a company. Nobody's going to question them. Why? Because they're the ones that even sponsored all the electoral commission. So why will Congress vote against them when now literally me go pay for your election campaign next year? It is the moment there's an influence, it is no longer decentralized. The main idea of decentralized that nobody can wake up in the morning and do this thing, except maybe it is
But
by
then
supply and
ETF is
demand.
only ETF is only like available in the US, is everywhere, or is it like the US controls majority of the ETFs?
Let's just go
I
how
think
much money is in the
I
ETF
think
right now.
BlackRock is a US company. I think it just depends on.
Yeah, it's
wait,
American.
I'm just as you guys were talking, I actually went so the ETF was released on the 10th of January. Um
Mhm.
I exported the Bitcoin price data since 10th of January and then the Bitcoin volume since 10th of January. Let me show you the window. Just so I can actually see what we're talking about. So if you look at like here, so this was as at when it was announced, that was 10th of January, Bitcoin closed at 17,446 USD for a coin, right? Today, this is 15th March. Bitcoin currently goes for 67,000. If you look at the charts, the major, like the real growth started happening around this time.
What time?
Wait. Okay, wait. Sorry. Like,
Your
I
Excel,
no,
your
no,
Excel no go.
no. Actually, I got like 2023 data, not 2024. So you just keep going ahead. I'm actually exporting the data so that I'll have a better, like a data-driven comparison. We just keep going, sure. But like, I'll show you guys the charts. I took January 10th, 2023, not 2024.
Okay, Martin's book.
Okay. My question was on like if ETF is mostly controlled by the US. because if like Prince, you mentioned Congress a lot, yeah, and I get, but it's mostly controlled by the US or BlackRock. Which of them?
The ETFs are controlled by the companies that applied for the ETFs. I think Vanguard applied. I'm not sure, maybe BlackRock applied. Now the company gets the ETF. Now them they trade them, now their platform. So because
Okay.
it is you, you cannot be the one that controls people that are buying. You know the real number of people that are coming to your platform. You can influence so much things apart from sentiment. It's like Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders, you're literally the house, the bookie, and people are coming to buy horses. How do you think they fix the games? It's the same thing that happened with all these Bet Niger. You know how people are going to buy. They don't know whether Ronaldo will score or not, but they will influence the team. Why? Because they know the odds. They can set things. They can set fees. They can. It is basically gambling. It is basically as same as everything else because you can influence it because you are the house. All the money is coming. Everybody's entering inside your place. Casino, they don't know they are going to win or lose, but they know they are going to make money because they will set rules that make sure that they always make money. So the moment that somebody has so much influence that in most of the volume is passing through their building, they are not going to
Mm.
literally go and hold Bitcoin as, hey, go up, go down. But they can control everything else. And if you control everything else, it controls the volume. Simple. That is two-way
Yinka,
control. They should
Yinka,
remove the
what's your
whole idea of decentralized.
mm.
It's no more decentralized.
My take is like uh I don't know. I'm always agreeing with Prince, but like I have a different perspective. You see, you can always control the price here, but
Yeah.
if the price is the only thing they control, yes, they can control that because this this is why I understand decentralization. It means that you can make your own decision how you want to based on what you see and what you perceive. Meaning that a lot of people follow influential people, and if influential people are going this direction, if they don't have the right knowledge or the right perspective, they always follow who they feel is right because he has more influence. I don't know if you understand. So that's where the part of where they can actually manipulate price. Based on price, they can actually manipulate price
Okay.
how they want to.
Okay.
Do you understand? But you
Decentralization
cannot
is not
force.
free will.
Hmm?
No, sorry for cutting you off, but what you are saying is free will. That is free will. That's not decentralization. Shall go trade forex. Nobody's going to
Yeah,
tell him, hey, don't trade US dollar. Shall go with
I was
trade
going
US
to ask
dollar
that. I
today.
was going to ask like, how would you like
If you want to
differentiate
buy
between?
if you want to buy Pampers stock, nobody will tell you now. You go know whether your whether your baby actually scratch up. That's why you see, oh man, I know they buy this Pampers
Yeah,
company again.
that's what I'm saying.
That
That's
is
what
not
I'm saying. That
decentralization. That is free will.
that's what I'm saying. That on the price point, you understand. That's what they can manipulate. But like the whole decentralized technology, how Bitcoin works, the network, the fees they charge for transacting, it's all on the decentralized part of it. You understand? But if we're going to talk about price, it can always be
Mhm.
manipulated. Any coin, anything can be manipulated. There's a time that
But
okay, you guys are not even really into crypto. Like, there's a time that a founder of Phantom Chain, yeah, he came and was like, blockchain and AI can never work together. And do you know what happened that day? Phantom went down. A lot of AI tokens went down because of one person's influence. Or like, okay, this cannot work. A lot of people started selling their coins, selling their tokens. Do you understand? When it comes to price, manipulation is just like people are out here in this thing for the money, basically. Let's not even deny that fact. The whole
exactly,
decentralization fee is just, I don't want to call it sentiment, it's just an idea. You get, it's just
Agus.
an idea. So majority of the people in the whole crypto web thing are here for financial gains. Nothing brings you into crypto that when I tell you, oh, I put $10 here and I came out to 10 million or something. You get. And that's why in the bull run, which we are in now, most people are trying to, put their money in. Okay, I put I bought Bitcoin at $30, at 30,000, 40,000, and that's what is bringing people into the market now. Now that we're at an all-time high and it has dipped again, before this thing will move up again, we're waiting for some new people to come and put their money in again. So, like, when I talk deep about
Yeah.
crypto, I'm starting to see like there's a little form of Ponzi in it. But then
Little.
again, the decentralization part, see, I don't know, man. He just what
I
they
think
do.
the idea of it being decentralized, right, is like the noble thing. It's the will I say it's the crown that controls it. It's a crown that many people carry, always decentralized. But the reality of it is, as Prince said, like it can be controlled by the people who have more of it. And the people who have more of it is the people who have more money. And the people who have more money have more of it. Thereby, it being
It's not
decentralized,
just the
meaning
idea of more money, because more money has always controlled it. They don't just have more money, they know the people that are coming to buy, and people that are buying through them. So a bookie, Bet Niger is not making money from Man U versus Chelsea because they bet more money Man U versus Chelsea. It's because everybody is betting on Man U versus Chelsea through their channels. That is why they
and
make
then be
money.
and then
Now
be
then be
Pablo.
the house. The house cannot lose. That's what I'm trying to say. So if it was just price movement that determines the whole thing, that is what we want. Something, a pure perfect market that is price, there's no influence. But that is a fucking lie. We want to buy US dollar, but we all know that these people can print dollar any day. That is not a perfect market because it is influenced. Same thing with these guys. These guys can say, okay, oh, no more ETF available. Nobody can say anything. That is the exact same idea of control. Control is not just who has money past. It's because you are buying through their means. The amount of things they can do is unimaginable because these guys are fucking smarter than me. The amount of things they can do is unimaginable. Guys, they can even do A/B testing. Do you know that there are some specific colors that you see on your website that will make you not to buy something? Everyone,
Yeah,
you should know that
I
this
understand.
Google, the G in Google that is blue, they tested over 64 different types of blue to make sure the type of blue that pleases to us. That sounds like a very stupid time, but they paid somebody good money to test type of blue. So today you enter Google, your blue might be two shades lighter, you will not even know. But they're testing your behavior because of the day you saw Google. How did you feel when you saw that blue? So these people they can do anything because you are entering their platform. There's so much things that they can do that is above price action, that is above who has money. They don't even need to have money itself. They can influence it. So if they want to remove money from an investment, they can determine the day it will dump because a lot of people are passing through their platform. There are so many things they can do. But before, what make it to dump, like Yinka said, is news, is sentiment, is free will, is everything. But now, if you like, make news no talk. If you like, make Elon Musk no tweet. These people they can influence directly and change the price. That is why it's no more decentralized, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Okay, me, I'm coming with data. Like Prince, like I agree with what you're saying. But then let's just present the data now. I'm presenting data in two ways. First of all, for me to better understand what is going on, my idea is that okay, let me understand the price data. That is the where's this thing now? Okay, like the pricing. That is how has since the ETF was created, how has the price been influenced? That's number one. And number two, the market cap data. Like because that would determine like okay how much influx has come in and also the transaction volume data. These three things I think will give us like a clear story as to what's happening. So if we look at okay, let me start with like the price data. The price when this is 10th of January, that is by the SEC, that was the Securities and Exchange Commission, approved it on the 10th of January this year. The last one that I saw was the error I was looking at 2023. The SEC approved it this year, 10th of January, and it was $46,627 for one Bitcoin. Right? And also, I think another thing that we have to take into account is that the ETF is not just, I mean, Bitcoin, I don't know what is the share of Bitcoin in the basket of the ETF itself. But we also have to ask ourselves the question of what other coins or cryptocurrencies are amongst this basket of the ETF. Because that will also tell us like a bigger story of what is happening. So if, for example, right, 70% of this basket is Bitcoin, then of course, like what you're saying makes sense. But if like crypto is just, I don't know, 30% to 40%, the extent to which you actually influence the market, it also has like its limits at the end of the day. Yes, you have like data as to who can access, like what kind of players are entering. Are they institutional? Are they private? And where are they coming from? And what seasons are they putting the money in, etc. Right? But like the biggest question to tell this story properly is what is the composition of the ETF in itself? Anyways, back to the pricing data. So when it was approved for 6K, right? Here, we can see there was a decline all the way. Like it was just decline to like here. That is 22nd of January, 2024. It like fell from the time it was announced to 39,000. So from 46K, it fell just 12 days later to 39,000. Of course, then now started increasing again. From this point, it regained back to on the 29th of January, that's like 7 days after, to 43,000. Then what we can now consider like this run just going up unnecessarily is from here. That is from the 5th of February, 4th of February, thereabouts. This peak that has just been going on started like from the beginning of February all the way to like 62,000 on the 28th, right, of February, and then a peak of 68,000 on the 4th of March. And then like the next peak, which was that was 2 days ago on the 13th of March, it reached 73,000. Now, this is the pricing data. So we can see that really in January like that, we cannot categorically say that like the approval of the ETF influenced it to such an extent that we can say, oh, they like are controlling markets. But we can say that something is happening around this period here. That's like from the 2nd of February, 3rd of February period.
What happened during that period?
Exactly. So this is one story, price data. Let's look at the other story. In January 25th, on the 25th of January 2024, Bitcoin market capitalization was 777 billion. Remember, when we're looking at the price data here, on the 22nd of when Bitcoin price fell to 39,000, what was the market cap? That is okay. The 22nd is not here, but like 25th. 25th, it was still 39,000, and the market cap was what? 777 billion. And then we said that okay, something started happening when around 5th of February, 5th of February, 6th of February, that was like 43K. Now, what is the market cap? That's what you have to ask ourselves, like on the 5th of February. The market cap gained to 847 billion, right? And then it just kept on increasing. And I think the jump, like as we saw during the chat, went from 847,000 in a week's time, like it gained 100, like literally more than 100 billion was gained. So 5, 12, more than 100 billion was gained in the market cap from the 5th of February to the 12th of February.
So what's this data saying to us? What's the data saying?
No, so like I'm trying to like align what Prince is saying. You know, Prince said that like they have the capacity to influence the market, right? And for me, what I'm saying is that okay, I want to know if they actually have that capacity to influence the market based on the data that exists, right? So like I want to follow, because here what I was saying basically is that like this is the price data, and obviously the chart is saying that it's obviously increasing, but since it came out on the 10th of January all the way till this point here, that's till the 2nd of January, the price fell. Like from the approval to the like till 12 days later, the price actually went down. But somehow something happened in February that now picked it back up. And so like the market cap will also tell us the story of, and like what I'm saying, what we are now seeing is that like of course the percentage change day to day was not going as far as possible. But if you now compare the switch from February 5th of February to 1 week later, February, 100 billion was gained in that 1 week, as compared to previously 1 week before that. Was that 1 week before that is 28.
All these numbers are beginning to become like very, very scary and like very complex. At least as I sound in my head. So like I think what we do is to figure out what happened in that period that you said that okay, this is where it did. Probably there'll be a news that come out at that point in time. Maybe that's when Trump did something, or BlackRock did something, a YouTuber did whatever. That would have, I don't think that would have caused it to happen. Or maybe that was when BlackRock and its affiliates decided to buy, or to like decided to add more money into it. We can't tell.
We can tell for sure, because we know that whatever happened from the week of February 5th to the week of February 12th. One guy, you understand? 100
Go to check news. Yinka, can you guess
I
what
don't.
happened?
So I don't know. Prince and Yinka, you guys should tell us between February 5th and February 12th. Me that I don't even know what is happening like with the crypto. I'm just using the numbers to tell me a story. From February 5th to February 12th, 100 billion was added to the market, which is what I'm trying to understand. Like, how can 100 billion be added? Because when the ETF came out, which is supposed to at least be the point whereby, oh, let's say that the market cap increased, it did not. 10 days later from the approval, it was actually declining. But then from February
What
5th, there
what I'm
about
looking for now is like a date that the fake news came out because I can't even remember when the fake news came out. Because the day the fake news came out, Bitcoin broke 40K from I think around 30 something. Let's check like the info at that time. That's what I'm currently
Wetin me
looking.
I want to talk is that why are you trying to predict when a multi-trillion dollar company is managing funds? And you're
We
asking
have
where the 100 billion came from? Where else?
200 billion is
Where
nothing. Like,
else?
we
These
have
people
three
it's the
minutes on
give
smaller
out
this.
100 billion for tithes.
the smaller token even less than Bitcoin that went from 70 million to like 300 and something million. And that happened to like five other coins. So if you join all
Personally,
the 100 millions that have been going up, it's up to a
personally,
billion. Actually.
Musa,
So,
so what you're saying is that it looks fishy. That's what you're saying, basically.
yes, now that like
That
something
is
is
exactly
happening.
what I've been saying since morning. You will see a lot more of that in the coming of years. Everything you see that doesn't look normal, just understand that it is no more decentralized. Somebody can push it up and down anytime. And that is okay. Because it is you that invested in it. So
No, me,
Yeah,
I
I think
cannot come out. But like this thing has literally doubled. Like the market cap of this, like it has doubled from January 25th to March 14th. March
what I'm
14th,
saying is
market
that
cap was
the day they want
1.4.
to dump, the day they want to dump, they're not going to wait for sentiment, they're not going to wait for election. They can dump any day. That is basically what I'm saying. Any day they feel like, let us sponsor a new war. This one could just
mm.
drop by 50K.
Give them a party and act surprised.
So it
Yeah.
just became like 10 times more risky because it is no more market sentiment, it's no more war. Why I keep saying war is because of
okay,
they
Prince,
banned
let's look at
all
this
this
now. Let's
money.
look at this. Let's look at this now.
Yeah,
BlackRock handles like a lot of influential and whatever people's money you get. Even if it's going to crash, like, do you think with the record they have, they would allow this to crash, like dangerous crash, as you said?
you are confusing the whole thing. The
No,
thing
I'm
crashing is them making money. All these things are paper money. Your money increase, you have not made shit. You just have a number on your screen. They make money. It is because they make money. That's why it crashed. They've removed all the money that they care about. Now you and I, we they pray for 100K. Now once they liquidate, those people, the reason why it's crashing is because they feel that everything once. They might even tell you today we're testing our systems. For the next 2 days, we're doing tests on our system. They can say anything. Can you go and sue them because they're testing their system? They even warn you. Next week, we're going to do tests on our system from this time to this time. In your mind, they're making the software faster. You could just sell everything once, no disturbance. Anything can happen. People need to understand. These people can move it any afternoon. They take a dump, they don't feel good. Their wife divorced them, they need more cash. The thing has crashed. You are still looking on Twitter where we Elon Musk tweet. Your Bitcoin don't go.
Well, Elon Musk announced the new Tesla Roadster. Speaking of Elon Musk, so new Tesla Roadster will be coming out unveiling in January, in end of this year, December. So who knows where he's going to
get it.
get? He's going to take a loan from. So yeah, maybe BlackRock. Who knows?
He said we're going to take low for
Maybe BlackRock. So that concludes the ETF thing, right? We're still on crypto, Sha. In regards to where we are, our motherland. Um, the Binance thing. Musa's brothers say they should arrest Binance until they fix our community, our economy. Sorry, they've arrested them, they've released them, but it has not come out. Our economy is still going down. Yinka, you're the crypto guy here. It's still open to everybody on the floor. But like in to you, what's the news from your end in regards to like the Binance thing, Nigeria? I know things will be about between you and Musasha, but like,
Okay, let me just say one thing here. I felt like there was actually manipulation, right? But you cannot. I would just say Binance was a tool. You get, because it
mm,
was getting unrealistic that I wake up on Monday morning, dollar is 1.4. By Friday evening, dollar is 1.6. On Monday morning, dollar is 1.8. By Tuesday night, dollar is one. My country is not that bad.
your country is
My
that bad,
country
bro.
is not that bad. Please, for God's sake, come on. That's over almost like 25%. Like, Abba, no, now. Sorry.
Who will
Why I
you
felt
blame?
like,
Will you blame on Binance?
huh?
Will you blame Binance?
No, see, it's not Binance you blame, but like, it's their platform that this thing happened. But when I said this on Twitter, people were like, how would they manipulate something? Like, what I felt like people, in Nigeria, there's no like regulation of price and blah, blah, blah. You get like $1 goes to 1.6, everybody in market has increased their price by 10%. It goes to 1.7. They don't even
That's
wait. They don't even wait for it to like, I don't know. Normally in economics, there's supposed to be like scarcity, then like
but that's
pricing.
thing in economics. Economics not in Nigeria.
Now, based on feelings, the
So
price based on feelings and
what
what.
I'm just saying is that the price you're just going based on like, I think this thing is going to 2K. So let's try and meet up 2K. I think that was the race they were running to. Because me, I was happy that this thing happened, but I'm not happy that maybe the execution was bad, basically. The execution was bad, but we needed control. I was literally telling my guys that the way this thing went from 1.6 to 1.9 is not natural, it's not real. This is not real. But they're like, it's not benefiting people like you. But I'm like, no, regardless, like, how did you go from 1.4 to 1.9 in less than 2 weeks? That's unrealistic. And the dollar performance those 2 weeks was not even like the dollar was increasing like that. Dollar was just there. It was just naira just falling magically. Do you understand? So I
What's
will
the
not say
explanation?
Binance. I will not say Binance was the
Yeah.
people like taking our naira down. Just saying that the nature of the P2P where people, I don't want to say people determine the price, but like the price manipulation on that platform at that time was uncontrolled. That's what I'm just going to say.
I heard something significant, Shego. I'm sure you heard it with me. He said, where it benefits people like me. Hey, Bill Yinka. Bill Yinka.
Yinka.
We don't
Where
find
it benefits people
that
like me,
the
then I
title
eat
of this
shine.
podcast be that.
Yes, add it
I
there.
go
Hashtag.
run it again, run it again, run it again, run it again.
Ah,
Bill
No,
Yinka.
benefits people
that's
like
not the
me.
point. That's like that's not the point. The point is if you are going to buy
I no
any
try, no try, no try, no try,
if
no
you are
try,
going
no
to buy
try.
anything in Web3 or whatever, you're obviously going to convert your money to like USDT, which is dollar
Yeah.
first, before you now like take profit and you still convert it back to USDT again and convert it back to Naira. So the process obviously kinds
So
of
so it's people. Like you're saying it's
get the
people
point.
that are doing it. There's
No,
this
I can't say it's people like the way it is just there's just a feeling of manipulation. It's not right to say it's people, it's not right to say it's Binance.
I think we can't be on the fence, right? Like we can point to a direction, but I think that direction would not be on the fence. Like here's my own thoughts. Now I'm not well versed into the thing, but I would see Twitter. I'm always in Twitter, so I'll see Twitter one tweet to come up that will be like, "Oh, this politician just did this," or "These politicians are changing their this," right? And most of where they are changing their 1 billion naira to this million naira to this billion of naira is on Binance. They are reaching out to these crypto people that are exchanging their money with the crypto guys. And these crypto guys are putting the news online. Whether these crypto guys now are doing the BlackRock movement, they are intentionally manipulating the markets in Naira to benefit them or not, we don't know. We can't ask them which politician exchanged 2 billion naira. Nobody knows. Somebody just tweeted it, and you can't arrest him because it could be a fictional part of his story that he tweeted, and nobody will know. You just took it as a
Okay.
serious thing. So I think that's where the whole thing started coming from. And if it's real, that means that is where
Okay.
the this error is coming from. That's my own thought.
This is another reason why I said I can't categorically point fingers that the law of demand and supply also comes in, because when something is in demand, obviously you get the price, you do whatever it will do.
No,
You understand?
this
But
demand and supply, we have to put it in context, Yinka. Like in the sense of, do you guys remember when Tech About released the story of, not Tech About, like CBN revoked on March 1st 4,173 BDC.
Yeah, our
If you remember my story, there was a story I actually posted on my WhatsApp, I think 1 week before that, or 2 weeks before that. Like, once I was still doing the reports, like, let me share this thing again. The screen. I don't think this data exists again on CBN, so perhaps like the only people like me that downloaded it before this that have this thing. But if you remember in that story, I was laughing, right? Because I said that like I showed how there are 5,000 BTCs in Nigeria as at that point.
yeah.
Wait.
No, over 6,000.
Can you guys see the screen?
We can see the screen showing the screen.
No, like I'm talking about Excel.
you haven't switched to the Excel yet.
Can you see my entire screen?
There are over 6,000 BDCs now. And for context, people who don't know what BDCs, BDCs. The official traders that trade against your naira. Their job is to make money that your naira falls. So yeah.
Can you see the BDCs? Like the Excel sheets?
Am I the only one not seeing it?
You guys can't see it.
Guys, share your full screen now. Shago, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so like this is I just stumbled on this data like very by mistake, but like it's also weird, right? Because these are the number of BDCs before the revoking of the CBN. These were the number of BDCs that existed in the country. There were 5,690 BDCs across Nigeria. 5,690 across Nigeria BDCs on March 1st. Like when I was talking about this was like February 20 something. Tech About 9 came. Not Tech About, like CBN 9 came and revoked 4,173. So when I'm saying like demand and supply is also subjective, what I mean is that guy, how much do how much do they actually exchange? You know, go past $100. Like how much do you actually exchange? You know, go past $100.
Yinka they exchange in Ks, bro. In Ks, 2Ks, 100Ks.
That's not financially.
So why they limit them now?
Yinka they exchange millions. Yinka they exchange.
Please, disclaimer. If you are listening to this,
I'm not remember the title of this audio. It's called
You can avoid.
Exactly. And again, disclaimer. Don't take what we say here too seriously. We're all joking.
It's no investment advice, it's just entertainment.
I swear, yeah. So we may or may not have investments or corporations with any of the companies mentioned there except post podcasting. So
this guy.
But anyways, my point is that you got to what you say about demand and supply is like the quality of the demand and the quality of the supply is really what we have to focus on in Nigeria. You might have a lot of people that transact, like volume can be high, right? But it's like transaction volume from the relevant people is what actually we should follow. That is the kind of people that are moving like hundreds of Ks, 200K, like 1M, 2M. Those are the people that are like playing with the market as if it's football. And those are the kind of people that like we have to follow. I was talking to when I posted that thing about the BDCs, Nesochi worked in which bank was it? I worked in one bank, and literally the guy told me that like that is even like less. That's the 5,690.
They use official account. I said they use company accounts.
They use corporate accounts to open BDC because and like one person can own like 10 So like we're talking about the ones that are even considered like registered as BDCs, and not the ones that are corporate accounts who transact dollars. Do you understand? So those kind of people are the ones that are moving huge quality, like huge volumes of dollars in the country that creates this manipulation. And imagine that like literally 10% of these people know themselves, right? They can form a cartel literally and say that, oh, you know what? Let's hold dollars for like 1 week, right? So that the demand will be artificially high and the supply will be artificially low. And then let's release it when the price is high so that we gain more for Naira. So it's literally like what Prince said with the ETF and BlackRock, but for our Naira, but for the dollars in Nigeria. So the quality of the demand and who is holding it determines so much in this country as regards the manipulation of the dollars.
Yeah, but then also the lack of FX also affects this because, like, if people could literally go to the bank and get dollars, I don't think we would have had this manipulation that they are talking about. It would have been through official channels. Do you understand? So there would have been like a proper control, I think, basically. So the whole country economical something, I don't understand. Then again, I was watching a video I was watching a video of Mr. like the CEO of Nord Vehicles in Nigeria. There's something he said. I was like, having a high exchange rate sometimes is not bad. The only problem we have is just that we have very low exports. Do you understand? The moment we start having high exports, sometimes the high rates will not even be a bother to us. But then again, Nigeria has so many problems. We are just focusing on the one that is, I don't know, man. The dollar thing, I don't know. That's just how it is.
Um, welcome to Nigeria. Welcome to Nigeria. One of those things. We don't understand the economy. The economy does not understand itself.
Can I say something?
Yeah, yeah.
People are so nice people. Let me start from here. People are so nice. People assume that the banks are not the ones doing this and making the money. People assume that there are some private individuals. Like literally, guy, you're a bank. You can clearly see them making. Where do you think the money is being made? You see some group of people will just hold them. Say, guy, now Diamond Bank them. Disclaimer.
Why would you call
But then
Diamond Bank?
people
Bro,
believe,
that's a
I'm telling
big
you,
allegation. This man.
people believe so
Like,
much
just
in
call them some
humanity.
people.
People will rather assume that a private individual will go and carry money and go and be holding dollars and holding supply when literally the banks are moving everything. If you look at the real problem, it is the same banks that you think they are not playing the banks, that the banks they play now. if
Prince,
if it smells like a
But
dog,
then
walk like
again,
a dog, look like a
the
dog.
P2P thing,
What?
the P2P thing is not through the bank now. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
no,
Because
let's
they
forget
blame Binance.
Binance.
And
Let's
Binance
forget Binance.
P2P does not go.
Binance no do shit. Whether na Binance or Binance, my
Exactly.
Igbo accent is too much. But what I would say is now the banks they
P2P
do
thing
have.
does not go to the bank.
Stop
It goes
blaming
through
third
now,
party.
whatever.
Third party no do anything.
I don't know. The whole thing, it doesn't make
Private
sense to you
individuals
fully.
no do anything. Do you know how much money is moved in Nigeria? Private individuals cannot move anything. Let me tell you. It is the banks and the people in power that are the ones doing it. So please stop assuming that our banks are holy. Now the same
Prince,
people.
Prince,
What's up? What's up, bro?
be careful when you leave reviews. Oh. You know, rest for bad review.
You said?
I said
No,
these days they arrest for bad review. So,
maybe,
Ah, may they come find me. I say na entertainment purpose only.
yeah.
And you do not send in boys go away.
MKBHD. This week, MKBHD, I'll be last week, he reviewed one electric car called Fisker. He was like, this is the worst electric car he has ever seen. And the stock, after like that week when that video went out, the stock of that electric car went down 50%, bro. It crashed 50% after
Now
that
that
video
kind
went out.
now that kind
Now I'm
YouTube channel will open.
Yeah, it was crazy. The companies they tried to like they didn't want to give him the car. He asked for the car. They didn't want to give him the car to review. They were like, oh, yeah, waiting for a new software updates to come to the car before they like give it to him. And then he was like, he doesn't work that way. He's not going to wait for you to make it look good before he reviews it. He's going to review what is in the market. So he will use another person that had the car. He borrowed the person's car and then reviewed the person's car. It was a lot of terrible things. But he did mention the good parts of it. Like he mentioned the pros of the car, the good parts, but he also mentioned the bad parts, which were more louder than than the good part. Then the company they tried to like find him, they tried to get his location, and they were like, "Oh, can you tell us the location of this kid? Tell us his details, that kind of thing." And they couldn't find it. All of a sudden, it went down again, like 50%. The whole stock of the company down. They were like, people are proposing that maybe the company will crash and die. Company will die because of the car is terrible. And will you blame?
Marcus Brownlee, BlackRock.
Your address
Nice
is
to
easy
come
to find the web up.
Oh, but like, okay, let me just keep quiet.
Say what you want to say, Yinka.
But like, I don't know if maybe like he intentionally put out those bad whatever, but like there were good parts also now. So hasn't he reviewed the Tesla? He has
He
reviewed.
doesn't. He has a Tesla, but he says more bad things about Tesla than good things.
So
But he wants
can you get what I'm driving to? Then there's a time he also spoke bad about one Solana phone, one crypto phone like that. People were like bashing him too. But then again, that phone actually makes you money than buying iPhone 15 that depreciates. He didn't know all those deep things. So I don't know. He should.
his, his reviews are more personal. I've observed him to know that his reviews are more personal than they are objective or like than they are subjective to. No, they are more personal, subjective to him than they are objective to the product itself. So it's like he's not telling you this is a general overview of the product. He's telling you this is my view of the product. That's why he's an Apple fanboy. No matter how overly expensive Apple is, he will buy it. You know. So yeah, he has his own.
Prince, I don't know if you remember, like when in January, like I think 24th of January 2023 last year, Hindenburg reports, the short sellers, when they reported on Adani Group. Can you remember? Like the Indian guys, the Indian company,
I can't remember.
or more. They made a report, like them they're short sellers, but like they made a report on one of the biggest companies in India, one of the biggest, I think, at that point. After their report, that company lost 111 billion.
Yeah,
111 report. What they report on? Yeah,
Like,
financial.
they reported on like how the accounts do not make sense. Some of the projects are like not viable. Like all like basic things that somebody that does deep research will probably find. But like since most investors actually just follow like pricing and whatever, they don't know the behind the scenes. But Hindenburg like went really deep on the report behind the scenes. And it affected also, like guy it led to like a series of things, also like led to the revelation. Because the guy that started his name is Adani Gautam Adani, like people are now suspicious that it's because he has linkage to like the president, that's like Modi, Indian presidents, and that's why like it's happening. Anyways, Papa lost 111 billion because one US stairs company like stairs, imagine, come out 111 billion just because um they report on your company. For this life, just pray the wrong person with the
Oh,
target
media.
no
But then
report.
again, was the report false or true?
Mm.
No, it was true now. Well. Like it was true. It was true to the extent that like there was a lot of secrecy. Like Adani Group did not properly address all the questions from the report. To that extent, it was true. But like obviously from the outside, we can never know except that we have access to like Adani's financial statements and we actually like look at what's happening. Do you understand?
Mm.
Yeah, I get.
Okay,
I see what
okay.
you're saying.
Regards, if you are doing reviews, make sure it's true, Sha. And make sure it's true because you can either cash out or you make
Make
somebody
sure
else.
you have a lawyer.
You should make sure you have a lawyer on ground, bro. Make sure you have a
Yeah.
lawyer.
You have a lot of letters that came out of your school now.
Ah,
Bro.
He was posting lawyer.
into the script.
Moving on.
We've been through this. We know a lot of. I know all of you know a lot of them. Some of you dated some of them a while back then. So I think this is
I
pretty
think
much.
you're talking to the wrong group of people.
Stop now, Musa. Stop. You dated in high school now. Did you people date in high school?
You
My
are,
network is bad.
yeah, I understand. All of a sudden,
This ego self just all bad house.
Well, moving on. Actually,
yeah. So
Okay, that's
now
true. Shegusime dey. Yeah, some of us.
a bad guy now.
Some of them.
Yeah. Moving on from this topic. So we have, let's go back to Musa's shenanigans on the data he wants to share from us. So yeah, Musa, give us the gist on the data stuff.
Oh, okay. I got some on the group's data analyst.
Now you always bring data now. Any small thing, let me bring the data. Let me point to the data.
Bro, that's the only way. Before people will be telling that, like, I feel like it seems, or they go say, nah, Binance they cause FX. They follow the page, just the same.
Normal. The data from Nigeria, know the data correct. So all the data where they bring is where we see.
No, like this data that I collected was not from. It's from Sep2. So Sep2 is like they're like a French institute. These guys. Can you guys see the screen? Like the two screens?
yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the data from these guys. But anyway, the story that like is really about. I mean, I'm analyzing Nigerian. Let me increase it. Rising Nigerian exports, Nigerian to EU exports, and EU to Nigerian exports from 1967 to 2021. And it's actually very interesting in the sense that, like, well, you see really like what the economy is made of. And like analyzing like EU is very important because I think they are our biggest exporters. That is, they're the people we export to the most. Like our top five, the top five countries that we have exported to in the last 10 years, I think like 3 or 4 has consistently come from like the EU. So that has really defined and solidified our relationship with them. And so obviously what you can see, there are two data sets. So there's the Nigeria to EU and then the EU to Nigeria, right? Obviously, what you can see is that there are different things happening according to this chart. I apologize to everybody that's listening but cannot see what is happening. Just check out next week. That is from the 20th March there. But just check out my LinkedIn page. So you might see the report there for yourself. And
You'll be linked to the reports in the show notes.
I don't think I will have published it by then, but just watch out on my LinkedIn page. You might see it. Anyways, it will also be like on my featured in LinkedIn. But like, what's the story telling us? What's the data telling us? Well, the data is telling us that like, well, the first thing you should notice is that from prior to 1999, like Nigeria really only experienced about 10 years of civilian rule. Every other thing was like military dictatorship. From 1967 to 1999, that's really about like what 3 years or 4 years. That's 1979 to 1983. That's 4 years from 1967 to 1999. First things you should notice that the growth of Nigerian exports is defined by the boom. That's like when we started producing more barrels per oil within within Nigeria, and that determined how much we exported to the EU, right? So from 1970, which was like really when oil prices kicked off, and that coincided with like the end of civil war, of course. That was when we started like making more money. And then 1971, like we joined OPEC, like OPEC, obviously, OPEC. I believe you guys don't know OPEC.
I know OPEC.
Okay.
He's not the petroleum people.
Exactly. So everybody will get oil, like control by
He
self.
said I
Huh? But the major
person I know up there.
Okpe or
like
Opec.
OPEC in talk. What so from 1974, 1975, that's when like a lot like it actually started shooting up. And this period actually was when there was the like Yom Kippur War and like the whole crisis of the 70s, which really influenced pricing. Um, and like from 1973 to 1974, like there was a boom, like sharp boom in like our exports to the EU. Most of it defined by like petroleum oil, of course. And then like, it kind of like was around the same price, like the same export value from 1974 all the way to 1978. Then 1978 to 79, that was when we had the election. Like there was another huge boom. I mean, so there are certain assumptions we can make of this. So first is like the crisis that was happening that influenced oil prices. Second, um, is the fact that like there was a peak of oil prices in 1980 driven by the young people was so like compared to like the previous 10 years, that was the highest oil prices had been. The young people was just the war whereby like Israel, I think was it Israel was attacked during Yom Kippur is like a festive season. I don't know, having like a festive thing, like a religious holiday, a big fasting or something in Israel. And then like there was the fights that broke out around that period. And because of that, like Arab countries decided to like control like limit supply of oil, which drove the prices high around 1980. And that was why we also see that like Nigerian exports like increased when it comes to like exports to the EU as at that point. And of course like 1979 was also the period where we had Shehu Shagari. All
Obed,
the way
Obed, give us the main juice.
okay, no, okay. No, okay. Anyways, the juice is that like almost oil price is literally oil price determines our exports at the end of the day. If you look at this data, like this chart, and you look at like the oil price chart, it's literally the same thing. You feel like copy paste now, and you go see the same thing from 1970. This is 1999, 2022 anyways. But like you look at 1999, 2022, how it looks, that is from this point is literally how oil prices look, like the growth and the declines. So literally when we're doing Nigeria does well when like oil prices are high, Nigeria economy like and exports to the EU is low when
What do you,
oil
what
prices
do
are
you
low.
mean Nigeria does well? Have we done well before?
In terms of exports to the EU. And then when we look at the other hand, like EU exports to Nigeria, well, then they normally sell manufacturing products to Austria, but like it's literally it looks the same in the sense of the more we export to the EU, is like the more the EU exports with us. So it's actually quite interesting, but that's what the story is telling us is that each time we increase our exports to them, they also kind of like somehow increase their exports to us. And like by the EU, I mean like the 28 countries, and this involves like UK. So this doesn't take into account like when Brexit happened and all of that. Sure. But that's the data. Like it gets quite I don't know, like technical. But that's just the story that is happening. For the future, what does that mean? I mean, obviously, it's the fact that like we have to think about how we will sustain our relationship with the EU in terms of exports because since the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, right, EU has been changing like a lot of things. They are trying to be like more self-sufficient. So in the next 10 years, a lot of how much oil they buy, etc., right, might start to decline. Like from Q2 2022 to Q2 2023, Nigeria's like how much they bought from Nigeria has already declined. The EU as a whole, I think it declined by like nearly 1%. And that might be like what we will see like 15 years from now. And that means that if that is the case, right, literally our biggest customers, we're going to lose them. And like where with the nonsense economy that we have, and like like the bad GDP that we have, like it's going to go down even more if we do not have alternative strategies to like combat this. which technically means that like with the and our population is increasing at that point, which is another interesting data that like I'll point out in the reports, right? That Nigeria literally since 1960 has been growing at a steady 2%, at minimum 2% population growth, whereby the EU has been declining more and more up to a point whereby like in 2010 they were at a negative. That is, there were more people dying within the EU than they were giving birth as at 2010, right? But literally, like their numbers have been 0.1 to 0.2% population growth. So we are literally going to, we have literally added more people from the time I'm analyzing the data. That's 1967 thereabout to 2000. Nigeria has added more people to its population than the EU has added more people to their own population. And by the EU, I'm talking about 8 countries. Nigeria, one country, added more people than the EU added in their own respective countries as a group and a body. And so we just have to start asking serious questions, because in the next 10, 15 years, like we are going to be in a lot of trouble if we don't find like alternatives to this. If we don't find like, oh, maybe new buyers for our products, or we don't find like how we can focus our economy on something else that another person needs. So that's literally the story I'm trying to tell, is that like, oh, we have to pivot. Like we have to pivot because like EU has new priorities, which was largely driven by like the invasion of Ukraine. And as a result of these priorities, like one of our best customers, are going to lose them, not because of something we have done, but just because of like what happened to them at the end of the day. So that's the story. But check out my LinkedIn next week, and you really deep, like you see all the charts, the graphs, the arguments, and like the recommendations.
Thank you, sir. Also, you make me want to like data analytics. It's beautiful. I love like the storyline of there was something happened in Israel, blah blah blah.
Israel.
It makes sense. It makes sense. But then again, when you say whenever we export, they always when we export, they always export back to us like equal. It feels like they're always trying to balance or something. That's
Yeah,
why I
they're
read
trying to maintain the relationship, and that's
they
the
always
point.
balance the whatever. Yeah, so do you have data on like do you have data on like countries that have what we have in Nigeria, exports, or how do I put it? Like the natural resources we have in Nigeria, yeah. Do you have countries that like export those things to other countries? Like data on that?
Yeah.
It's something I'm into. Because like I want to see how other countries are doing well with the resources we have in Nigeria. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Like, I mean, there's only one really resource when it comes to like exports to the EU. Is a story
No,
about
apart from
petroleum.
apart from oil, like other resources that we might have richly in Nigeria that other countries have. You know, for example, have oil, but like maybe like the EU, Dubai, all those other countries, they are doing well with their oil. You understand? And we also have like
Give the alternatives.
agricultural produce in Nigeria, and then we
Mm.
also have other countries that also export. Is it Ghana or another country that actually export yam? Do you understand? We have a lot of yam in Nigeria. So I'm like, when I was thinking of the whole dollar import and export, I was thinking like, okay, what else can Nigeria like export to balance the whole exchange thing? So I was thinking of in the direction of, okay, which other country have what we have, but they are doing good with it that we can probably copy or do better. Do you understand?
I'll answer the question, but Shago's hand is like,
Since Nigerians be born a lot, don't you think you can start exporting kids,
kids.
children now?
I will not partake in this conversation.
I joke.
Hey, what's going on? So, like, this is like the categorization of that data I'm showing, right, is divided into like this is the aggregation that I did. Can you see the screen just to confirm like the Excel sheet?
Yeah.
Okay, Olayinka, can you see it?
Yeah, I can see the screen. I can see the screen.
Yeah, so this is agriculture, this is mining, this is energy, this is manufacturing. So when it comes to agriculture, the last time that we actually, so here, which is like the first big phase that I analyzed, agriculture really was, if you look at these charts, like I explained it here, if you look at this place here, right, the red is agriculture. So from 1957 to 1969, these 3 years, Nigeria actually like exported more oil to EU than it did like petroleum. But like of course, like when the prices of oil increased, that's around 1969 to 1970, like oil took over, right? So there was actually a point whereby like, we're actually giving them more agriculture than we're giving them um oil. But like when we now start to see okay, what is happening, it's not like start to look at like what is the price that we actually export in agriculture. Also taking into account like EU have like Netherlands and different countries that actually are like Spain actually have like a lot of they are self-sufficient, let me just say, agriculturally. So they don't
You
necessarily
guys
need to
hear
buy
me?
anything from you.
Can you guys hear me?
Right, except like cocoa, except like I know cocoa is a big has a big
Can you
industry.
guys hear me?
And Nigeria, yeah, go.
Oh, sorry. My mic was misbehaving then, but it's back now. Go on.
Okay, yeah. So like except like we start to export cocoa because as cocoa like is a big market in Nigeria. We have like a lot of cocoa reserves, so we can like, work on that. But you will see, so this is the energy. So you can see, just look at these periods, just look at the numbers, how they decline from here, and how this one just starts increasing from here. So like 1967, we exchanged 278 million, as opposed to like oil 187, the same for 1968, like comparing the two things. Then of course, like from 1970, 1971, thereabouts, oil just starts entering the billions. Whereby like agricultural produce still like in low like 200, 300 million, 400 million, right? All the way to this point, whereby like oil is doing 22 billion and agriculture is still doing 840 billion, 840 million, sorry. So it's not to literally say that like these things do not exist. Like we still export agriculture, we export like mining products, we export like manufacturing products, but it's the quantity, right? Honestly, for me, what I believe is that we just have to look into like these alternative like areas. That's like the agricultural food industry products, mining products, and like manufacturing products. Because most of what we said are raw. If we start to like produce higher complex products from these things. So let's imagine I'm manufacturing, right? I'm manufacturing, I don't know, something from like a raw product. If you start to change what kind of products we export, it might influence the numbers that we are seeing. Because this 504 for manufacturing in 2019 now might have been 2 point something billion if we sent like a product that was like more complex and like more well packaged. Because we are literally sending like wood or like plank or something. But instead of saying like sending plank, what people are sending cables. You understand? Like we'll get more value for that at the end of the day. So obviously when you look at the chart comparing the four things, petroleum will always win by value. Like this 22 billion, this 504 million, there's no comparison whatsoever. But like if we reduce the noise of petroleum and we start to see the numbers from different you see that there are opportunities for growth for the other areas as well.
Interesting. Is there any
Okay,
part of this industry that is in the human parts, like export and import of human organs, healthcare?
Yes,
Sorry,
go. I
what
know
are you
that
people doing now?
they're not going to catch me. God forbid.
healthcare. Like no, I say healthcare. I meant to say healthcare. Anything in the healthcare sector,
We see
that
why
involves
export. You
import
want
and
to
export.
export healthcare to EU. Are you
Please, I am not affiliated with this conversation.
No, anything that involves import and
a
export of
politician? They go UK for him. We see why export.
yeah, I don't know,
Okay, but I have one last question. Might be too sharp.
Okay.
Okay, do you have data on other people exporting to the EU? No, there's just something I'm just looking for.
You
Some
guys they look for business
No.
opportunities.
See, there
Have
is
guy.
Yinka. Send me WhatsApp. Like the SEP2 guy the SEP2 people that I'm telling you. SEPI, sorry, it's I. They have like data of all the countries. Like, guy, you need like SQL to actually analyze all of these things. Me, I'm just taking the ones I want, so Excel is fine. But they have data on the kind of products that is actually being exported. But for beginners, I think you can even start with let me share this with you. You can start with the Economic Organization of Economic Complexity database, which is these guys. OEC. So OEC. The Organization of Economic Complexity does this guy. So that they show you how much Nigeria exports, what kind of products Nigeria exports to different countries, like export and imports wise, right? So you see it here, like Spain is we export the most to Spain by percentage terms, and followed by India, blah blah blah, right? And what is the most that we export? Crude petroleum. What is the total value? So it has data from 2022, from 1995 to 2022. If you want to do imports, you can do the same. You can toggle it and like change the
Hey,
continent.
Jesus Christ. China. Oh, Jim. We dey import from China past anywhere else. And we are importing refined petroleum from China more.
How do you think you got your mic?
No, why? No, it's not from China. Refined petroleum is mostly imported from Belgium, Netherlands, Norway.
Oh, okay. How come we dey sell raw petroleum to Spain and India, but we dey import refined one from Belgium? You need
It's about the
that
refineries now. That means that Belgium and Netherlands have good refineries. Belgium, Norway, and Netherlands. That's what it literally means.
so Spain no get refinery.
Wait, let the data speak to you. Just calm down.
Okay. Make the data speak. I dey listen.
I keep just ask your question.
Keep going, Musa.
Keep
Wetin
going
dey
for
collect
like what's the like the, I mean that's what it is now. Like the import when it comes to like refined petroleum, Belgium we import 6.3 in 2022 we imported 6.8 billion from Belgium in terms of refined petroleum, and we imported 5.6 billion. Still, this is the same story that I'm saying. Like these guys are still Europe, these guys are still the EU guys. And so like our relationship is so heavy with them that we literally need to think about the future of this relationship that exists already. You're talking about Spain, right? What does Spain like? What exactly does Spain? Oh, okay, reset visualization. So when you look at Spain, what within Spain is stock pass? Like crude petroleum is 71.4%, and petroleum gas is 27%. In 2022, they imported, that's we exported 9.4 billion worth of products to Spain, and around like 98% was petroleum products still, right? The day Spain decides, to say, oh, I don't want oil again, I don't want petroleum, I don't change my economy, right? You don't
where else?
lose 9
Where
billion.
else do they get petroleum from? Spain.
Spain. Okay, let's
Aside
actually
us.
check that. Let's check Spain's own OEC data.
Yeah. Let's see their own.
Like,
Let's see.
what about in the agricultural part of things, not just oil?
To import
Okay.
crude petroleum. Let's see their crude petroleum. So Nigeria is they import from us the most from any like crude
Uh,
petroleum, they import the most from Nigeria, then followed by the US, then followed by Brazil, then Libya, then Mexico, then Saudi Arabia,
Iraq.
then Iraq.
Oh, those ones they can never have peace. So we are safe.
Hey, like please don't let's not.
They can't be an up to us.
So you got this like if you want to look at like how economy this chart in 1995, so it's limited. Me, I went
Yeah,
way
I'm
back.
actually happy
If you
about
want
this.
if till
I've
1995
opened
is
it
good
on
for
my
you.
side.
Yinka, say what?
Yes, I've opened the site on my PC. I'm looking at something.
They
So
don't
you can
have
get a lot
ETF.
of insights here.
Okay.
If you
They
want
don't
to
have
go way back, then you have to go to SEPI database. And SEPI database has like two kinds. So there's like the Shelem data set, and then there's also like the BASI data set. Depending on what you're looking for, the BASI has like 2,000 products that it lists in terms of bilateral trade flows between like more than I think 200 countries, and they have like 2,000 products. So they literally tell you like what it is that is being exported. That's the basic data set. May I use the Shalem? The Shalem categorizes it by sector, which is like the four sectors that you saw: manufacturing, mining, blah blah blah. So all of these things will tell you, okay, where if you touch, we go influence something or go make me rich.
Well, if you can buy well, that's oil. You will do well.
Oil is the least problem. People are going electrical and solar now. You guys you are starting to see that Nigeria will become very insignificant. Not so like
Oh,
agriculture is going to save the world. So
I know agriculture and
very
solar is
excited.
going up, but give me oil, I beg.
um,
Me, solar and
I'm not
electric, they
well,
there.
I don't
Me, I
no
want oil.
one I'm thinking this direction. Nigeria is too concentrated over this thing over like the years. Like
we seen
Dangote
it
literally created a
uh,
whole big
in
refinery
China.
and he has no oil to refine. What's going on?
And no,
So,
I think Dangote is seeing what we've not seen. That is hey, don't worry. Our
so what I'm
area
just saying is we've concentrated for oil over 60 years. There are countries that are doing a lot of export of non I don't know how to say, like they're exporting things that are not like even physical. You get like
But the thing about it is that like
right.
we're forced into such situations, or their structure allowed them to be in such situations. Like here, we don't have a structure that allows other industries to excel. Like we don't have a structure that says, oh, exporting cobalt or gold is profitable, because there's no line, there's no like export line that says this is profitable. This is now our natural resource department. We don't even know
I
what are
mean, like, bro, egg up, this is me. Like, guy, a 20-something-year-old exporting data and trying to like tell a story. Me, like looking at 1967, 2021, has realized that almost something is changing. What do you mean that they do not have? I don't believe that they do not have. It's just
they
like,
do not have a structure that allows this thing to excel properly. It's like we have a
who
structure.
sets the structure? It's not the same government that sets the structure. So what are you saying?
Exactly. That the ones that don't have, we as a country don't have it. It's the government that have not provided it, but we don't have it. It's not a matter of who sets it. It's a matter of we do not have a structure that supports this thing on a larger scale. So there's a guy
Bro,
that lives
like
hold
I
on a
said
second.
before, people are good people. People are good people. That thing that you say we don't have a structure for, the structure has been there for so long and they be selling it privately. That is what
Hmm.
you mean by no structure. You think government will see gold in Nigeria and they will not sell it because of the like oil? They are selling it, but it is on the private books. People should say things for what they really are. Why people putting around the bush?
I,
These people are good
I
people.
agree with you. See, my point, see,
Please
Prince, what
don't
you just said
guys
there
double
is
citizenship
that
or
like
something.
even
Now why?
corruption. See, egg up, even
Ah,
corruption,
and they come back
even for
Nigeria
the
with mopo.
corrupt, even for the
Go on.
corrupt, my opinion is that like being a corrupt, I don't know, like the most corrupt politician that you know, anybody, like if you actually show the person what you can gain, you understand? When you put it like me, I just believe that like we actually have to start looking to the like the self-interest of different kinds of people in Nigeria. In the sense of like we all know, right? We all know the telecoms boom in Nigeria. There was personal benefits that was contracted. Certain individuals benefited when MTN started functioning in Nigeria. Like you might not find the data, but we all know. At the end of the day, right? In the same way, what I'm saying is that if you go to the manufacturing raw materials now and you look at what are we exporting the most, like what manufacturing products are exporting the most, if you just make it clear, like I don't know, Senator A, politician A, whatever it is. Like, do you know that if you build an industry for, let's imagine like textiles, right? Which will have I'm just hypothesis, textiles which will have been exporting the most since 1999, right, to Europe. Do you know that if you build a manufacturing base, I don't know, in Aba or Plateau State, wherever it may be, right?
Bro, he dey Kogi State. I see him this December. He dey Kogi State. Nobody did there. We pass him. We
What
see
I'm
him.
let me learn first, let me learn. You show the person that this 540 million that we're getting, if we build it and we maintain it, we can probably get like 10 times that amount. That's like we get 5 billion within the space of 5 years just because we have that structure. And like feed into the self-interest, bro. Like just give that person like 1%. Like in the country, just give him 1%. Like that is more than you can actually steal from the corruption you are corrupting.
I want to believe there are people trying to do this and people doing this as well. Like I want to believe that, people are trying to work their way to do exactly what you just said. And there are people doing it. But you could see that I don't want to say too much, but like the kind of people that are being allowed into the tech space, right? And their history, like you see this certain person that have done this thing for the tech space is giving a minister position or this kind of position, we know that for those people, they like let me take a typical example. If you go to Lagos now, Cowrie runs most of the cards that they use for their buses, right? Now, these I believe Cowrie must have a long leg for them to be able to get that deal with Lagos State. Now, somebody is personally benefiting from the fact that Cowrie is running all the bus terminals and all the like card payments that people use for their BRT buses, right? But it took a while for Curry to get to that position. So that like it's the same thing. Like I think people are doing this, is just taking longer to get it done, especially for all these kind of industries. Like for it needs to be an industry that stands this way, and for government to at least know and recognize this guy's business, right? Is somebody in the government that's also benefiting or buying stocks or share within his company. That one is something that is speculative, but yeah, this is pretty much on that part. Um, yeah.
You believe me? I want to be the one doing it.
Well, I, I always say on this pod, have rich friends and you'll be rich. So yeah, you don't need to be rich yourself. Just have rich friends and you'll be rich.
They did.
I mean, who sound effect after that quote you just talk? I say
Nice.
so sound effect don't tire for yourself. After 1 week, you know overuse them. You know loud again.
No, it's still there. It's still there. My time first today.
Do that Prince favorite.
Which one?
You suppose know now. American PTSD.
Waka. Waka.
Oh, remind of a location.
Gunshot, now gunshot.
We just lost another brother in the black community.
Jesus Christ.
But also fucking dark. I swear to God.
You don't forgive me. Yeah. So yeah.
Please, black man running.
Oh my God, please. We will not be arrested one day. Now remember, all we said here is all for purely entertainment reasons, and all jokes. So take a laugh.
Prince has trust fund grandmothers protecting
Yeah.
him.
Exactly.
Don't expose the plan. And they go back. Like when I was done, I entered back into the gym. But
Yeah.
okay, let me just tell the full story. So
Okay.
my gym is YWC, like it's basically YMCA, but W is with it. But it's still mixed now. So there are a lot of like old vets in this city that I'm living in. The city is called Winston-Salem. It's like the top 7 places to retire in the US. So we see more dogs and old people than every other person. Everybody just has a dog. I don't even see children. So when I go to my gym now, usually like a lot of old people trying to work out, especially in the afternoon time because they don't get work now and they are retired. A lot of them were in Vietnam, and I'm sure a lot of them had black people in their possession that year. You understand? So they're quite friendly. Gives them PTSD. That's why I can't go join now. I go join their women. They say now strength training. So one of my female friends is like, let's go for this church. And I say it's old people that are there. You can't go now. You see different chairs. So everybody's holding like small weights, 3 pound dumbbells, 5 pound dumbbell. Me, I define 25 pound. At least now today move it down. Now I got so say I be young energy, I be young blood. So the highest there was 10. They say no, just carry 8. Like they do a lot of things with the dumbbell. I just obey. I carry the 8. Thank God say that 8 I carry. I for die that day. Oh boy, so they will play all this kind of music now. They shake their body. They hey, do this, jump up, stand on chair, kini. Now, so these boys, I go update them my current status. So they talk to my find sugar mommy. So after the gym, after the
If
workout,
your friends don't give you advice, who will?
Who will, bro?
oh, I don't turn gym to the 2 hours. Anyway,
Bro, green card where they find if you find out for one.
no, I go get
city.
I define mentor. You should go just the react for chat.
Now waiting they
See
call
you
out
there,
today.
boss.
Now waiting they call out today. Mentor.
Leave me. Oh boy, so when I left, I went back to the gym. So I was around like the treadmill. I don't know. I was just trying out stairs master. I wanted to just feel pain on my leg. So the
Mhm.
old women they passing, I just say, "Oh yeah, it was nice having you around, and come back. We do these days, that days. Come next week. Yeah, it was so nice having you guys here. Everything." I know see my green card almost complete. So
Now you be the
step
only
by
guy.
step, step by step. Eh?
Now you be the only guy.
Wallahi, now they be like
He's
almost
the only
40
man of
women.
color.
No, were
Almost
you the
40 women.
only
No, 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 no.
were you the
Some
only
black
nigga?
women did there. Black women are like 60%.
You know the woman,
The
I say you
remaining,
be the only man of color. You be say
I
black
was the
lady.
only guy in general, not just color. The only
You're
man.
the
No.
only guy.
I said be like 40 women for the place, for the studio.
Oh, more
See
please. No.
options.
Ah, Ego,
Bro.
run it again, run it again.
I said when everybody park their chair, I don't want to help anybody. I just they do my thing. That's why I can't see excess chair. I can't just they move and listen. I saw the leader was like, how? And they all asked me what's my name. I say LB because that's my general name.
LB.
That was
Zerati,
like
Zerati.
everybody. My name is
He
LB
need na LB for that for in place. LB.
for
That's
US LB.
Chef LB.
yeah.
So when they tell me LB, someone like, is that your nickname? So now it's just my name. So now so I go ahead there, move some chairs. Oh boy. Sash was like, yeah, teamwork make the dream work. Oh yeah, yeah, that's my man. Cause I say, what guy? I didn't even know guy, they couldn't hear me like say I just score winning goal for Champions League. I just say, ah, so all I do.
Next
Chef
one, I
Anyway,
have to
LB.
if you
give
have
us
any
the
business
US
idea,
Too
passport.
many
if you
green
have any
cards.
business idea, I can sponsor it. You understand?
You go spend hands, you go tell them that if they get podcast when they meet me, what's podcasting is in the building. I don't even talk throughout this whole, I don't even talk anything.
Ah, this
So
guy just
these are
starts.
these are gentlemen, boys and girls. So what's podcast is also here. If you're a business person or you know a business person or you're too busy to get started with podcasting, I work podcasting. We help make that service really easy, handling all the work in between, like researching, scripting, finding the guests down to putting out your content, so you don't have to stress about putting it. It's really easy, straight to the point. And we've done this for 4 different podcasters, specifically in the tech space. We are dedicated to making your work as a podcaster easy so you can focus on being a business person, go to your meetings.
Shego, you
And
remember with it, you remember, like, Ego, they remind me, you know that whiskey video? For is it 2015 where they dance with that shirt? Ego, they do the same thing now.
She cover my
bro,
wall. Yeah.
yeah. I don't have video. I don't have video. Oh, it's true.
Upcoming.
Let me end this. So we're only what was the last run of the pod now? We spent like 2+ hours. Let me end it with my story of the week. Um Yinka, you're having fun, have you?
Ah,
Yeah, that's
I
cool. So
got
let me
you.
you say what do you say?
So I got you. I got you. Just continue.
So let me end it for so
Tell,
this
tell us your wins, bro. Tell us your
yeah, yeah.
wins.
So this week, I decided to do. I do this regularly, where I find potential customers to reach out to. So I would go on LinkedIn, use or Twitter. So I was going on Twitter, but last week I did most of my reach out last week on Twitter, but I didn't get any reply. Funny enough, how I forgot that I didn't get any reply. I didn't just recognize. I didn't like put in mind the rejection. This week I decided, oh, let me try LinkedIn because last week I did Twitter. So I went to LinkedIn, did the same thing. I won't share the specific detail, but I'll tell you guys after. So I went to LinkedIn and I did the same thing. And I was like, oh, let me find these people. So I was looking for them and I found a couple people. I found like 2 people and I reached out to them, sent them like my normal technique. Okay, Yinka, I want to ask you something, So I sent them my normal technique and I'll be like,
Okay.
hi, my name is David, and I think, hi, my name is David, one liner compliment. No, what I do is, hi, one liner compliment. Then, my name is David, I'm a podcast manager. Then, I think I have an offer you'd be interested in based on this and this and this. Then, if this is what if you're interested, let me know. So, I've grabbed their interest. They feel I have an offer for them. Then they DM me. They will reply. But I always make sure I send the message as a as a connect. LinkedIn allows you to send a message to somebody that has like a header and then a place to type, and it allows you to send a note when you want to connect with somebody. Best advice when you want to do any of this thing, make sure you use the one that has you to connect to the person than to use the notes. The notes thing, they will read it and ignore you, but the connecting, they won't really have that, like they will want to connect with you. So that's basically what I did. So I did that for a couple people. Then I had a bright idea, and I was like, wait, there's a guy I found, which was he was a VC and he also was a podcaster. And I reached out to him. I made a quick video like, hey, my name is this. This is what I do. This is what podcasting can offer you. I know you're a podcaster, this and that. And I pitched to him basically. And I sent him just one video. Right. The video it was a video I did on Google. I uploaded it to Google Drive and I sent it to him. He watched it. He replied me that same night. Can you guys hear me? He be like, say this in don't freeze.
Yeah.
So he watched it, replied me that night. Good, like I was excited. It was like, oh my god, this is very nice. Thank you very for reaching out to us, for reaching out. And he was like, we are planning on having a podcast soon, like Q4, Q3 of this month, of this year. So definitely keep you in mind and I'll reach out by then. Fine. I was like, okay, this sounds like positive feedback. So what I did next was to, if you bite the cake and the cake is sweet, you have to bite more. So I found five more different people
That thing no
specifically
make
just
sense, but we will just pretend like say it make
leave the
sense.
quote, leave,
No, we will
leave
not pretend say that like everybody pretend like
Let
they
him
see it.
shine. Let him shine. Let him
thank
shine.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So I did the same thing. I reached out to six more VCs the course of this week. I made a custom video for each and every one of them. Simple research, know what their name is, find out one thing that they're interested in based on their LinkedIn post or whatever, and use that to land like the intro. Hi, name. I know you've done this and this for this company. It's really inspiring to see what you've done here. My name is David. I'm a podcast manager, and I think I have an offer that may interest you. Then I go on to straight to the point. The video is always 1 minute or 2 minutes, like nothing more than 2 minutes. So the video was very explanatory, straight to the point. I did it for six people. I got three replies. Potentially, bro, I have a meeting with one on Monday. Now, how that one came was I sent him, I sent him the video, his own specific video. He liked it and was like he's going to refer me to somebody who he had a conversation with about starting their own podcast. And he did. I made a custom video that night, which was I think the first night or so, and I sent it to her. The next morning she replied me, she liked it, and she was like, oh, she appreciates the fact that the video was custom made for her, like the personal touch. Then unknowing to me, this is the thing Prince mentioned last week. Abi when okay, it was this week when we on a call this week, and it was like, oh, make sure that the videos are, they're a bit different so that they will not send it to each other and say that like we are sending them the same video. Well, Prince, they sent it to each other. So this person sent the video I made for her to this guy who recommended me to
Oh
reach out
my
to.
God.
Glory to God and praise to Almighty Allah that I made a custom video for her wearing a different shirt and it was specific for her. So she sent the video to the guy.
Updates,
The guy,
change your shirts.
this guy DM'd me this morning around like 1 and was like he saw the video I made for the woman and he was interested in it and he thinks I'll be a valuable asset to his founding firm and to some of his startups and the founders within his network. That will I be open to having a call with him and let's talk. Bam! I was like, bam, bro. I was excited as fuck, guy. I was excited, guy. I was like, this is awesome. So he sent me a link. I booked a meeting on Monday by 12 p.m. We have a meeting to know what I'm going to do. I don't even know what's going to happen. So I've just been spending the whole of today researching his founding, like his firm, doing more of that on his firm, also researching him, trying to like find, okay, if he comes and yeah, there are too many details. I okay, I should stop. I should stop there. Um, but yeah, that's basically the gist. Thank you, Yinka, for pointing that out.
Congrats, bro. Congrats, bro. Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you.
Baba saying I make I no kidnapping on Sunday.
But yeah, that's we also on What's Podcasting newsletter this week we crossed 1,000 views generally on the newsletter. And our click-through rate rose up to about 33.89 for
I
200.
go for my meeting. Sorry, guys.
So wait, that ends it. That comes to the end of the pod, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for sitting to the end of this one. With that being said, See you on the
Wait,
next one.
wait. You just gave 3 better testimonies without any sound effect. Wetin dey sup?
Ah,
This guy,
no,
add the gunshot, my friend.
I just want to add, but yeah, like I love like the new strategy and all of that you get. It actually makes sense.
Also,
So
I'm
like,
reaching out personally.
make I end the recording.
Yinka, what strategy like reaching out to them personally?
Pause. Let me cast yourself.
yeah, like different approach now, instead of the whole apply to forms, blah blah blah. You get people don't really look at those things like that. Like sometimes you just have to do cool.
If you end them, Yinka, continue.
Yeah, I'm like the strategy